and quicker. The horrible process of death and destruction, molestation, rape, arson, looting, roasting of human and animal beings alive, torture of youth became order of the day. This seminar on human rights and security challenges will imbibe a sense of belonging to the people of Kashmir, that there are some people in the country who are concerned with their rights and their safekeeping. The lucidity with which this subject was dealt in the seminar helped the audience to understand in right perspective the challenges faced by the security forces and the administration in ensuring that this seminar has given due attention to the sensitivity of the lawmakers and law enforcement.
I have been asked to give my comments on the proceedings that were held here on a very vital subject, major security challenges of J&K, people, politics and preserving human rights. Yesterday morning, hearing General Professor Riyaz Punjabi Sahab and His Excellency Muzaffar Hussain Beg Sahab was a unique, novel and diverse experience. Diverse because the former had done an intellectual exercise in presenting his paper to the audience, and the latter, as per his own confession, had not, and as a matter of fact does not, prepare notes for such lectures. It was unique because both belonged to different fields, and novel because both touched the virgin aspects of human rights. While Professor Riyaz Punjabi Sahab emphasized on the need to make every other thing subservient to the sovereignty of the state, which is impregnable and unassailable, General Beg Sahab came to deal with the nitty-gritty of the problem. He, being in the field, gave a historical perspective of the K-letter problem, its various dimensions. The scholarly discourse of Professor Devinder Singh Ji, the acting Vice Chancellor of Jammu University, was an eye-opener. His apt quote from the sayings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, wherein a fight between equals might be justified, but a lion pouncing on the flock of sheep is quite unjustifiable. The glory of the powerful lies in the degree of protection he offers to the weak. He emphasized the fact that the upholding of the human rights is the prime concern of every religion. Listening to the splendid and scholastic lecture delivered by His Excellency Shri Harshdev Singh Ji was a refurbishing extraordinary episode. He cited the examples of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahib, Shri Gyani Dal Singh Ji, Mother Teresa, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad and others who rose to the places of selfless dedication to the cause of Indian nation on the part of these noble souls. The brief debate and discussion session lent more taste and absorbing capacity to this session. The frank, fairness and pointed references made by the participants brought to the fore the need of addressing the concerns of the people who were direct targets of the human rights violation of forces inimical to law, peace, progress, dignity of this downtrodden area,
Now I request Professor Riyaz Punjabi to give.
I think that I have been intervening and making interventions. First of all, really amazing that we covered such a huge ground this morning, and all the diverse aspects were covered. I'm sorry to say that I was a little harsh, and very glad that we had these two interesting interventions from Kashmir, that we can definitely, push the system to see that our problems are resolved. Which again, the Indian government denied the democratic rights in Kashmir. Successful Indian government has conceded. Let's also concede that excessive force was used, but there's a but in that. Because, as I said yesterday, that if the demands of mobilization remain in political domain, then state and the government will respond politically. But when you use the militant in violent ways, and which ultimately transforms into proxy war, then the response of the state is definitely harsh. This is something which we need to acknowledge. And you will see that as the third thing I wish to tell you that, because this time we will not let it be one party resolution, whether at the central level or the state level. There are many groups, there are many segments, there are many sections, and there are diverse regions, diverse opinions. Everybody will have to be taken on board when we talk of resolution of Kashmir. And I assure you that it will not be one party that will hand over and will take and we give money. And I share the news of Professor Raj Ahmed, which haunts me all the time, that we wish we had an atmosphere to conduct a seminar in Kashmir, in Srinagar. So I share my wish with you. And that leaves me for the National Association for the Study of Post-Migrations. It's based in the lowlands. I have been associated with it for more than a decade. We were studying the Palestinian refugees in Jordan and
people politics and preserving human rights. This was Santosh Kohl and earlier obviously. And in several of the papers, as I happen to have seen their scripts, have pointed out this fact, and which Professor Riyaz Punjabi has also stressed.
This is that whenever Kashmiri Pandit issue is discussed in any circle, small or big, in this country, the core issue that has to be dealt with is always kept aside. And peripheries, you go to the peripheries. The core issue is that you are delinking return of Kashmiri Pandits to a political, historical situation. It is just, okay, we give you protection, you go back. The core issue is that an inquiry commission has to be appointed. Why fundamentalism? Why terrorism in Kashmir? And it's not just to please the Kashmiri Pandits. It is just to enlighten the Indian state, the Indian nation, where they have gone wrong and what may happen in future sometimes again, to protect the future happening. Therefore, if Godra issue can be reopened after 2 years, because of there he wants his constituency, to please his constituency, and there's nobody else in the whole world, what were the reasons for which the Pandits had to suffer, rightly or wrong? One of my friends said that Pandits must also look introspective. We had joined, the Pandits had joined the movement in Kashmir in 1990. What will be the situation today of this country? Imagine. So, my submission to this House is, and that will be the finest guarantee to the Kashmiri Pandits of their return. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.